Okay, this will be a funny one. Let's see if we can find the humour in this one. We'll just give it away a little bit. It's a bit of toilet humour. So a bit of toilet humour in this image. It's kind of amusing. I'm going to make it look interesting. Sorry about this stupid user interface, folks. It's a bit annoying. Stupid Konica Minolta. So let's see if we can make this look really nice. Copy density. Gonna lighten it up to there. I'm not sure what we're doing with this one, whether we're going to make it a dual colour or a full colour. It looks like it could lend itself well to being a dual colour job, for all we know. Actually wondering if we're going to take down some of the colours or we're going to leave them as is. Maybe, I was thinking of going to the blue, but we're going to leave it. We'll see if we can make it look better. Well, anyway, it's a funny one. Ready, set, poo. And of course there's a baby, and babies have to be taught how to shit. Where to shit, should I say. So they've got to learn where to shit. Well, I'm pretty sure, I'm not a mother, but it's basically common sense. And I'm sure I don't want to upstage you mums because you know better than me about children. I wouldn't know squat. Poo is obviously, toilet training is obviously something that most people know about, a bit about, but I'm still find it hard how it's done, how you tell your baby where and when to poo. How does he know when to poo? Because it's not easy training a baby to poo. That looks interesting. I think we can use that as our master copy. But basically, yeah, toilet training. It's kind of amusing, but it's an extremely important thing. And it amazes me how people can do that, how they know intuitively how to make their baby go to the toilet in the right place. How does the baby learn? Because I've never been a mum, folks. So there's stuff I definitely don't know about in this topic. And it is, hats off to mums to somehow teach their children how to poo. Or should I say where to poo? How do they know when to go to the toilet? I'm just not good at that sort of shit. Pardon the pun. You know what I mean? I'm using the word shit in a metaphorical sense, like as in stuff, as the word stuff, and use the word shit as a substitute for the word stuff. So, but I've never been a mum, and I'm never going to become one either. So that's all right. I haven't lost. I do feel fulfilled doing what I do, and I will one day build a great photocopier system. And I will. And that's going to become like my brainchild and Luigi's brainchild. Luigi is the man I'm going to marry. We're in our 40s now. I'm in my mid-40s, 45. Won't be long till I turn 46. So I'm a bit too old to have children anyway. Even if I wanted children, there's more chance of things going wrong at this age. And Luigi and I, we've got a huge bucket list to fulfill, and that is to help mankind and build a better photocopier for mankind. And basically, shit, that's all red. I wonder if we can make this look better. But basically, yeah, we've got to build things. We've got to build photocopiers. We've got to do science. We're scientists. We're going to become scientists and make experiments and discoveries, how to clean up, how to fix climate change, for example. So there's a lot of things we're going to be doing that's going to take up all our time. And, we do want to help mankind, and sometimes people think that because we're not having children that somehow we're selfish. Some people often hear people say that you're selfish if you don't have your own kids, but there's one other way of looking at it, is that it might be a good thing we don't bring children into this world, because there's going to be a lot of problems with climate and food security, water security. There's a lot of problems in this world that will not be solved straight away, and there's going to be a lot of suffering. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, those people who choose not to have children. It's a blessing in disguise because our world is overpopulated, and we just have to leave enough room, so we can all enjoy our lives. There's a lot of injustice in this world, so there's not much really to look forward to for these children to grow up. That's just my opinion, folks. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to agree with me, you could hate what I have to say, but that's just my opinion. And basically, I just feel that this world is just too savage to even want to bring children into it. We just don't know what climate change is going to do to all sorts of things. There's going to be more violent weather, there's going to be more droughts, more floods. It's going to be a real chaotic mess, and yet do we really want to bring our children up into this seemingly cruel environment and have capitalist piggies with their fucking money obsessions destroying the planet and destroying people's lives? Do we really want to bring children up into this world? That's just my thoughts anyway, guys and girls. It's my thoughts. And maybe it'd be good if we waited a little bit before we had children into this world, because we've got to sort the problems out, and we need scientists to do it. And people like myself and Luigi, we don't have time to have kids. I'm wondering if which way we're going to put this. We're going to put it this way. So Luigi and I, we just don't have time for kids. We want to sort things out. We want to do the jobs that other people won't do. And I'm going to become a CEO and a scientist. Now, I've got disabilities. I've got problems with my short-term memory and my hippocampus, which means I can't learn much. I can't become a scientist as it is. So we're going to need technology to repair the damaged parts of my brain so I can become able to become a scientist. And that's going to take a lot of time to find out how to build quantum computers that can be used as human brain chips, or as brain chips for brain damage. So I really want to use, when I get that technology implanted in my brain, I want to get to work quickly and work out how to fix climate change, how to solve the problems of poverty, how to harness the power of lightning as yet another renewable energy source. So there's a lot of work that has to be done, and having children would just totally impair my work. But it's okay to have kids, but well, is it really? That's what I'm questioning. Sorry to say that, because the world is savage, and I don't know, but I know a lot of people have the maternal instinct, and I respect that, because, hey, that's what we're meant to do, have sex and procreate, but it's not the best time for it, in my opinion. And I don't have, as I said, I'm 45 and Luigi's about 47, so I'm past my child rearing time, and I've got so much work to do for mankind. And we're going to build a photocopier that's artificially intelligent. It's going to last 60 years. It's going to be made recyclable friendly, so that when it reaches its age of 60, which is when we cut off the parts and labour and consumables, we can then easily disassemble it and put all the parts, different materials like plastics. We're not going to use much plastic, by the way. We're aiming to keep plastic down to 5%, and we're going to use more metal, and we're going to keep the compositions a lot more simpler, so that recycling will be much easier, because we can't throw this in landfill. Electronic waste is a big problem. Plastic waste is a big problem. So one of the ways we're going to build this photocopier is we're going to mine rubbish tips. We're going to find most of the materials from e-waste dumps in places probably like China or India, and we're going to and there's probably a lot of stuff here in Australia as well. So we're going to really try our best to keep this photocopier as ecologically friendly as possible. And the money that I make from this project, from this product, will go towards activities that I'll do in my spare time. The science experiments will be like hobbies to me. And then once I've created a product that can be used, like like the apparatus to capture lightning to use as a renewable source of energy, we're going to have to give these discoveries away for nothing. But we've got to make sure they go to people who really care about planet Earth, who care about the people, and who care about the gadget or the discovery that I've made, and make good use of it. Electricity should be free, so the kind of person we want is a person who's willing to make this electricity free, bar maintenance. We're going to need maintenance on poles and wires and shit like that, but we're not going to charge for the electricity itself. So we don't want any rip-off artists like what we have now, the kind of corporate greedy people. We don't want men in suits who just don't care. We want people who love people, who love the product, who want to make it free, bar the maintenance costs. The maintenance costs will be the only thing that the customer should have to foot. It's going to be cheap, in other words. The electricity itself will be free, and that's how it should be. So I think now we can call it quits. I think I've said my piece.